everyone. This is Pat Licata here with a Licata Live today. It's Tuesday at 11, and I've got an incredibly special gift. Excuse me. Yes, Chris is going to be the one giving the gifts because, with her talent. Certainly not me, but I'm a very special guest. So, our guest today is Chris Forzano, and she is part of the Chris, Mark, and Jan trio. And her passion and the passion of the trio is raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So I want to just ask her some questions. And before I leave, I want to make sure that you know if you live in Lake of the Woods, and if you don't, you can call and make a reservation at the clubhouse, but they will be on the deck of the clubhouse this Saturday. What time do you
The
start?
14th, we start at 6.
At 6. And then they're also going to be playing on the point on the 21st at 7.
Yes.
There we go.
hmm
Okay, so I want you to just take it away and tell us how you got involved with St. Jude's.
Well, the way I got involved with St. Jude's was kind of neat. My wife was attending the golf tournament, and I went to the luncheon, and I listened to a young man talking about St. Jude and how he saved his child, or how he had his child treated at St. Jude, was able to not work and spend time with his child. And at that time, I was running an open mic, and a lot of people were asking us to have a tip jar, which I was really not in favor of. And as soon as that gentleman finished talking and I finished crying,
Oh,
I
I'm
call,
sure it's heartbreaking.
yes, and I called Mark and I said, Mark, I found our tip jar, and he was so excited.
That's
So,
great. So you and Mark Tarallo you met here at the lake
hmm
and you started singing together about 7 years ago.
about 7 years.
Great. And then Jan joined you
3 years ago.
3 years ago, and she and Mark were in the Air Force together. Is
Yes,
that correct?
they were in the singing sergeants, and Mark sang in her band for almost 10 years before
Oh, wow. So you guys really are established musicians. There is no question.
that.
That's awesome.
Well, and we have a great time. A lot of people say to us, "Oh, this is a wonderful thing you do." And while I'm really proud of what we do, we get our payback 100% because we all three of us love singing.
Well, it shows, and that is absolutely the truth. I'm sure many of you have already seen Chris and Mark or Chris, Mark, and Jan, and you will have again that opportunity on the clubhouse deck this Saturday, as well as at the point on the 21st. So let's talk about how much money we've raised.
Well, so far we're close to $90,000 for the 7 years,
$90,000, guys.
and
That's incredible.
this is due to our community. Our community is extremely generous. We go to people's homes and we don't charge them. We just require that they do a St. Jude fundraiser. And our fundraisers have averaged between $6,000 and $8,000 each. So
Wow.
that has really, really brought our total up.
That's amazing. So, explain that a little bit. How does that work where
Well,
a family can kind of sponsor you, so to
yes,
speak?
family contacts us and we set a date, and it varies. Sometimes it's kind of like Music on the Point where people bring their own food. Other times, that family, as a few families have actually sponsored us and had food and catered the event. And we encourage people to use checks because it's a tax deduction, and we normally get a lot more money when we use a check. And they make the checks payable to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So it's very simple. We don't charge you to come. We just want to. When we come to people's homes like that, we just are interested in what can we make for St. Jude's.
So, if you are interested, please make sure that you reach out to Chris and before Licata Live is over, she'll give you her information so that you can contact her if you are interested in sponsoring Chris, Mark, and Jan at your home to help raise money for St. Jude's. I'm sure everyone has heard of St. Jude's. It basically helps families and children who have horrific
Cancer.
cancers, and either a place for them to stay. They don't charge for any of the treatments. Just really, if a child is going to pass, then they do everything they can to help the family
Yeah.
spend as much time as they can. The child's in the hospital. Sorry, I'm gonna start crying.
Well,
It's
let me tell you a little bit
horrible.
more that I've learned about St. Jude.
Please do.
St. Jude will treat a child for the rest of their lives. They never pay for any of the hospitalization. They never pay for any of the treatments. We had a young lady speak to us who was a senior, going to be a senior in high school, and because she had gone through so much chemo, they were going to pay for her to have IVF and harvest her eggs. So when she was ready to have children, she would be able to have children.
Wow.
And I didn't realize they actually do treat these kids the rest of their lives. And they are one of the most successful treatment centers for cancer in children. And also, as I learned from, we have a local person that's on the board, Tom Wertz, and Tom has let us know that they are 100% donations, and
Wow.
their bills are in the hundreds, you know, of millions of dollars
Can't
a
imagine.
year, and everything is done by people like us that raise money. They do big fundraisers where they make $1 million on a fundraiser. Wish we could do that one time,
Well,
but
you guys certainly do quite well. And I can only imagine that they appreciate
oh yes, they're very
the
appreciative.
donations that you provide through your talent. And as you said, we've got a great community here who's very supportive. And it's easy to be supportive of you because you're good. I mean, let's
We
face it,
love doing it, and
your passion shows.
we have polished ourselves quite a bit over the years. Um, Mark and Jan are professionals. They tell me I'm a professional because I get paid at the clubhouse, but I'm just a retired PE teacher that loves to sing. I sang nightclub when I first got out of college, but I love what I'm doing. I loved when I sang for my kids. I love when I sing for the community. So
And you've lived in the lake since 1990.
yes,
Wow.
yeah, I built my house back in 1990.
So you've been here a while.
Yeah, I sure
And you're
have.
going to stay for a
Oh
while.
yeah,
Eh,
we say we're gonna live and die in that house.
So if you are interested in hosting Chris, Mark, and Jan, how can they reach you?
They can reach me either at my number, which is 540-846-8694, or email me at rudddydk2 at AOL.com. Very old fashioned. There you go.
Anything else you would like to add?
No,
Excuse
I
me.
would just like to thank this community because they have certainly made us feel very welcome. I would encourage people to come to the clubhouse. The clubhouse does require, they don't require it, but we sell out, so reservations are recommended. And would like to give Chaz a plug because he's doing a wonderful job. The food is improved, everything's improved up at our clubhouse. So we're just happy to be there. We're excited that things are changing up there, and would love to see people come to Music on the Point because there's a lot of fun involved with that.
It'll be a nice fall evening.
Yes, which
We're
I'm
all
looking forward to.
welcoming the little cooler weather.
Yes, we sure are.
At least most of us are. I definitely am, for sure. I do best in upper 50s to about 75.
Yep,
So
yep.
that's,
That's a great. I mean, we sang one time on the deck when it was 97 degrees, and
oh,
we had every fan we could bring up there. And I will say, Chaz was out there making sure everybody had water that whole night, which was a
oh,
wonderful thing that we'd never seen in the past.
absolutely.
So,
That was great.
He's doing a lot to straighten that clubhouse out. So I can't plug the clubhouse too much because the improvement has been wonderful.
Yep, I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for Licata Live. Oh, one more thing. We have a home that we've renovated, our team, and we are having an open house reveal on Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. We'll have some food and drink. So if you'd like to come, it's at 3405 Lakeview Parkway. That's this Thursday from 4 to 6. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, Pat, for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you.